Baik, apabila bercakap mengenai teknologi, digital, inovasi, kita tidak boleh lari, terutama untuk PKS. Dan jadi bagaimana untuk mereka ini manfaatkannya untuk mengembangkan perniagaan mereka ke tahap yang lebih tinggi sambil meningkatkan produktiviti setiap industri untuk pacu pertumbuhan ekonomi. Sudah tentu kita akan teruskan perbincangan mengupas mengenai topik ini lebih lanjut bersama tetamu kita pada kali ini. Izinkan saya berbahasa Inggeris. Homegrown fintech company Swipey Digital Services sedang berhad operate on corporate card and expense management solutions with holistic fintech offerings to help small and medium enterprise SMEs focus on building their business. Now let's touch the future of fintech. How can we understand better on paradigm shift in small business finance? And to discuss further, ready on us on Google Meet is Kalyana Mohan Teagarajan, the co-founder of CEO and Swipey. I want to say thank you very much, Mohan, for joining me this morning.
Thank you very much.
How are you, Mohan? Is everything all right?
Really, everything is really good. It's a great morning. Can't complain, and I'm happy to be in this show.
All right. Can we say Swipey? I want to say, firstly, congratulations on Swipey, who recently became the first fintech in the country to integrate your solution to HSBC. From this to many efforts to work on, how do you see the future of global fintech?
So the fintech space has always been pushing the envelope of innovation, and we are no different. And we also want to push the envelope for innovation. The great thing about fintech is nimble, we are quick, and we are close to the customer. We understand the needs. However, the financial space, it's large and it requires a lot of infrastructure and systems in place to support it. So the collaboration of fintechs with traditional institutions, like in our case with HSBC, is one that we always knew is going to happen, and it happened, and it's kind of supporting the outcome that we deserve. And really, we want to transform the SME landscape in Malaysia and the region, and engagements like this enable us to do that.
All right. Usually SME are often cited as a major driver of economies and force in job creation, but they still have difficulty securing proper financing to prosper realistically. So how is the use of technology with fintech can bring innovative ways to originate, even access credit risk and fund SME loans, which provide alternative ways to SME to secure funding for their growth? As the CEO of fintech company itself, can you share me your thoughts?
Sure, and it's an interesting topic. I was with a group of bankers last week, and they told me that the gap from SME financing to what's being provided, it's close to 80 to 90 billion. So it's huge, right? And not only do SMEs need access to funding to grow, they also need it in a cost-effective manner. That's, paying a double-digit interest rate on a loan is just it's not going to help SME grow. So speed and rate is super important. And how do you get that? And you get there by showing better profitability, good processes, very structured data. So imagine you go to a lender or a bank and you say, hey, Mr. Bank, I need $500,000 ringgit. And the bank goes like, show me your numbers, show me how you perform, what's your health of your business. And you show them something from a year ago, 2 years ago. The market is changing so much that it's outdated, right? So speed of getting this information out there, this data out there, and the effort that it takes to get it is super, super important. And being an SME owner, you are a chief everything officer, not a chief executive officer. You do everything under the sun, and that's how it is. And SMEs just don't have access to expensive ERP systems, an army of finance analysts or controllers. It's just not how it's set up. So time is always against them having access to their own data and having them in a structured and clean manner. So at Swipey, we understood it, and we felt, myself and my co-founder, who were finance folks who ran our own SMEs, understood that it takes you 2-3 months to close your books for the month. You've lost 2-3 months of valuable data to make the right decision. Which customer is serving you the best? Which product is going better? Is your cost increasing? And the current environment where finance is not that cheap, having control of your finances is super, super important. The last thing you want to do is be chasing your lost receipt so that you can close your books, or fighting with your auditor about what should be in and what should be out. So with Swipey, we understood that, and we help our customers close their books 40% faster by auto-capturing receipts, structuring their data, enabling them to make payments online and offline. That's how we see this space emerging, and SMEs adopting technology to really get themselves operationally excellent.
With 8 till 19 billion gap, with not easy access to the loan and resources allocation, but you have managed to integrate fintech as the first fintech company. So from your experience, what are some of the risks or the challenges that you have faced to build management solution for SMEs?
So there's another data that I came across, so take it with a pinch of salt. 3% of the market understand the problem they have and actively looking for a solution. Another 20% of the market understand there's a problem, but are not actively looking for a solution. So the remaining 70-odd% don't even know they have a problem. So how do you help a business improve or transform if they don't even realize they have a problem? So education here is super key, and being in this kind of programs help us educate the market about the importance of having your financial operation in order, so that you can get access to growth and being smarter organization. So I would say education is the biggest challenge, and we continue to educate our users about the importance of having efficient and effective system. I was reading the SAP report from a year ago. The APAC region loses about $230 billion in inefficiency processes and claims management process. So purely related to making a claim, running your finance team, paying your vendor invoices. It's such a big loss to the economy. So in Malaysia, how do we put that back into the economy? How do we get SMEs to be super efficient and elevate themselves to the next level? And they put the money back into the economy, right? And that's what we are trying to strive and do here with education and technology.
All right, maybe you can share with us some of the types of fintech startup that can drive financial inclusion.
The key component for me, for any business, whether it's a fintech, edutech, or health tech, is understanding who your customer is. Now, if Swipey's customer is not my SMEs, but the banks, what I provide to the customer is very different, right? So we, from the offset, put the SME, the owner, the finance team as the forefront of a product. The challenges I think fintechs or any business have is, I spoke about it earlier, the education is hard, and imagine you actually get them to use your product, and your product is complex, and they don't get the best out of it. And when you have that kind of challenges, the journey to excellence gets delayed. So the fintech's challenge is, how do you make it simplified, keep it super easy for the customer, don't make it complicated, and continuously challenge. And that's what I ask my team to do as well. Continuously challenge the norm. Don't accept what we used to do as the norm, because it was done for some other reason. And today we need to morph into something more beautiful and something more excellent. And we need to continue doing that.
All right, Mohan, we have a little bit, 2 minutes. What are some, can you share with us, Swipey contribute to sustain, how can Swipey contribute to sustain economic growth and social development during period of significant industry transformation?
Okay, so during, there's an interesting question, I was just talking about it to someone yesterday. During this transformation period, or what's going on in the economy, there's kind of what's happening with the Silicon Valley Bank in the US, and the economic going down a little bit, getting soft. Cash flow is super, super important. Now, it's always been important, and it's more important now, right? So for an organization, finance is the pulse of the business, and we've always pondered why, for the longest time, financial operation is kind of left in the lurk and not being taken care of. It's almost like I have to do it, but I don't want to do it. And I get it. Most business owners are not, fundamentally finance folks. They have got great ideas. They want to execute. They want to grow. And finance is something they have to do, is like wearing a seatbelt, which is important. But you have to wear the seatbelt. You have to get your finance in order. So what Swipey enables most businesses is to have their finance operation taken care in an efficient and elegant manner. So they spend more time in the business.
All right, Mohon, definitely there's a lot of benefit for SME to adopt technology, and we have to gear up, including the government agencies and even the private, to discover more of the fintech innovations and put more focus on how can we contribute to the SME and growth of the economy. Dan sudah tentu perkongsian menarik ini bagaimanakah PMKS atau PKS untuk mengadaptasi teknologi bagi membantu untuk mengurus dan memudahkan pengurusan kewangan mereka agar mereka dapat kembangkan lagi perniagaan mereka. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Kalyana Mohan Teagarajan merupakan Ketua Eksekutif untuk Swipey.